briefly through the shots lineup today, which there's a little bit of guesswork involved. Obviously, different management, potentially different shape, and the gut feel would be that it's most likely to be a back four. So Dewhurst obviously in goal, and then Jackson and Armitage the centre backs, Taylor most likely the right back, and then we think, even though he's coming back into the side today, he's going to have a really difficult job keeping an eye on Callum Roberts, but Ryan Jones potentially left back, Gilligan and Hargreaves holding the midfield. Would that potentially pave the way? I think then you've got two choices, either Hill in a slightly more central advanced midfield position, captaining the side with Abrahams and Rye wide, or maybe Hill stays out on the left, more of a 4-4-2, and Abrahams and Gandor working together.
Yeah, it's not often that we have to sort of scratch our heads and work out the formation today, but I would imagine that Dowse has put his spin on this team today for sure with the formation, and it wouldn't surprise me if he sort of tries to match up to Scunthorpe, who will be playing 4-3-3. So you could have an argument that actually Ryan Hill will be more central, and Kiban Rai will join Abrahams up front. I called him Tammy Abraham then. Tristan Abrahams and Hadi Gandor up front to make a three. So it'll all become clear in a moment, Rob, when we kick off.
Absolutely. A word on Scunthorpe United. Quite outstanding so far this season in the National League, sitting in fourth place. One defeat, and probably the most credible defeat you could have, a 1-0 home defeat to Carlisle United. And really, like Boreham Wood, they've come up from the league below and absolutely made light work of this division so far. And it's quite frankly dumbfounding, because teams just don't do that when they come up from the level below. And I guess the brutal reality is that Scunthorpe are a little bit more like the larger successful club they've been in the past than the basket case that they've been labelled as over recent years.
Yeah, we tend to forget that not so long ago Scunthorpe were playing championship football.
Yeah. And
they came down with a huge bump and dropped right through the league. So, but similar to someone like Stockport County, where they've sort of stabilised themselves, got really good ownership in place, and as they came up this season, I wasn't expecting them to do as well as they have, but my God, they've done absolutely superbly, and they fully justify their place in the top 5 of this division. Only lost one game, as you said, at home this season, unbeaten away from home, and the lineup is pretty similar to last year. They've only added 1 or 2 players in there, and that's again the sign of a good manager, where you're sort of future-proofing your squad to not only get promoted but to be then challenging in the next division. Yeah,
chatting in the corridor a few minutes ago to Will Evans, as I did, if you've just joined us, he's out injured today. He said that they kept a pretty strong nucleus last year, as Boreham Wood did in the season they went down, and they were both able to bounce up. Boreham Wood within a season, Scunthorpe within 2 seasons, and it certainly has benefited. That stability off the pitch for them as well under new ownership has really helped. In terms of the game today, for so many reasons, first and foremost, Aldershot Town is your club, it's our club. You always want them to get a result, but for Dowse, his last game in charge, for the players who've been through turmoil themselves, for the supporters, 120 or so of them over the other end of the stadium behind the goal. But you kind of fear if Scunthorpe, with the momentum they've got this season, go and score in the first 5 or 10 minutes. Could be a long afternoon, and it could be a difficult one.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Rob. Just looking around the ground now, you can probably hear the noise. It's a very, very passionate crowd here, and they are surely the 11th man. They really are. But I think we need to keep it really tight, opening 10 minutes and play our way into the game.
Right, a few hellos. Dan Hicks, who joined Steve Gibbs and I for the National League Cup commentary on Tuesday night. Dan, that was our pleasure. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoy this afternoon's commentary. Mike Brown, also hearing us loud and clear. Paul Bertie Reynolds in Seattle. Colin Hayden in Tenerife. all hearing us loud and clear. That's great news. And we await the teams now. We're 5 minutes from kick-off. First look at that Scunthorpe lineup. We think there'll be a 4-3-3. Rory Watson in goal. Back four, left to right. Denton, Horton, Boyle and Starbuck. Ewing, Rowley and Westbrook, the central midfield. Not eye-catching in terms of their names, but certainly effective. Billy Chadwick, Danny Whitehall and Callum Roberts, slightly more eye-catching front three.
Yeah, the front three look quality, don't they? Whitehall's already notched 8 goals in 10 games this season, and Callum Roberts has chipped in with 4 goals from the right-hand side, cutting in as well. And of course Chadwick is a name that we've come across before. So they're going to cause us a few problems, but we know the size of the task, and as you were saying earlier on, I'm really hoping that the boys would get behind Douse today, and I know that he would have got them in the right frame of mind for today's game.
I think that's the important thing, the right frame of mind. It's a really unsettling time as a footballer when you lose your manager. In most cases, the manager that brought them into the club, 1 or 2 exceptions of course, Tyler Frost, etc., who is back on the bench today, by the way. That is great news. Although I see Matt Penny, who's been involved in the last couple of games, hasn't made the squad. I hope that's not negative news about his fitness, because Aldershot desperately, Julian, need some experience and some leadership out there. Here come the teams then. The familiar face of Andrew Boyce leading out Scunthorpe, and the familiar face to us but not familiar to the armband, Ryan Hill leads out the Shots, who are playing in their black away strip today. Pretty much black shirts, black shorts, black socks with red trim. The two sides now shaking hands, and very shortly we will get underway. Shots start this afternoon in 19th place in the National League, and Scunthorpe start the game in 4th place. Thank you to our producer. Excellent, thank you to our producer in the background, much appreciated. So Julian and I, at this very kind of even ground, it's roofed all the way around, it's the same height all the way around. It's the oldest of the new grounds, of course, back in the 90s. Scunthorpe, I'm old enough to have been to the old showground. I've only been here 2 or 3 times over the years. Not a familiar stamping ground for the Shots. The sun is out, it's cold, a little bit of a cold snap, but not too cold. Lots of blue sky, a little bit blustery, a few fluffy white clouds. Scunthorpe are in their claret and blue home strip, so largely claret home shirts with light blue sleeves, off-white or very light blue shorts, and claret and blue socks. And a big old lineup out there at the moment, Julian. I can only guess that's some ex-Scunthorpe United players that are lining up, some sort of centennial or anniversary.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not really sure what they're there for, but they seem to be enjoying themselves, Rob.
Let's hope they don't enjoy themselves too much. It is just our online listeners today, of course. There is other BBC commentaries available if you want them, and if you're watching on DAZN, you won't be listening to myself and Julian. Good afternoon to Greg Thornett, who's listening in this afternoon. Very often makes his way to the games home and away, but not today. Thank you very much, Greg, for listening. And well, you can hear the atmosphere. I'm sure you're picking it up on our sound effects microphone. These are heady times here at Glanford Park. Scunthorpe United will have been eyeballing this fixture all week. They will fancy taking on an Aldershot Town side that has actually scored more goals than them, but conceded twice as many. Aldershot Town have kick-off. Kiban Rai is going to take it, and the Shots are attacking from right to left, as Julian and I look on proceedings. We are about halfway inside the half in which Aldershot will be attacking. Rye goes all the way back to Dewhurst, who's well outside of his area, and we are underway. Out to the right hand side, Gandor jumps for the header, can't win it cleanly. Tristan Abrahams battles for it, and Gilligan gets a foot in, and then is slightly late to arrive for a 50-50 on halfway free kick given to the Iron. That's their nickname. And other than that, 2/3 of the stand behind the goal and the last third of the far side stand is absolutely rammed, isn't it? And there's a great atmosphere for the home side.
Yeah, really good atmosphere. The crowd are getting right behind the team. Just as we've set up, Rob, I've just noticed that Ryan Hill is occupying the left back role with Ryan Jones more forward. So that's a little bit different from what we thought.
Yeah, and Abrahams and Gandor more forward. Gandor the most forward. So good spot there. Ryan Hill's won the ball now and sends it forward for Hadi Gandor to chase. He jumps without seeing the ball, and then Scunthorpe win a couple of headers, and then Kiban Rai competes, but there's a little shove in the back of the headbanded Scunthorpe number 17, Ollie Ewing, and not, as I've written on my pad, Oil Ewing. That would be funny, wouldn't it? It kind of makes more sense if you're of an age when you used to watch Dallas.
Yeah, I think only we'd find that funny, Rob.
Yeah, sorry youngsters, I've completely alienated you there with that one. So we're now a couple of minutes in here at Glanville Park. Scunthorpe United 0, Aldershot Town 0, live here on BBC Surrey Online with myself, Rob Worrell, and just 2 minutes in, no goals yet, Gary. Scunthorpe United 0, Aldershot Town 0, no chances at either end, but come to us again when there is. Here's Hadi Gandor. I think whoever's doing flash scores is a little bit itchy finger on the trigger, because apparently he'd put that there'd been a goal here, which is why Gary Smith, who's doing the main commentary for radio, came straight over to us. Great work from Gary and from our producer Andrew Rayburn, but sadly it was a ghost goal, unless even we're behind live scores, flash scores. Julian, it remains 0-0.
It does. Just setting up without the ball, we are looking a little bit more tight defensive. Tristan Abrahams is just sort of holding a right-sided midfield role rather than leaving Gandor on his own up front at the moment.
Here is Abrahams working hard to try and shut down. Jones definitely in that more. It was an interesting one trying to guess the line-up today, and it gives a certain level of excitement when you get it wrong as well. I mean, here's Archie Taylor looking to head the ball back at full stretch to Dewhurst, but he powers it a little too far wide, and it goes behind the stand at the far end. It will be the first corner of the afternoon to Scunthorpe, and it's going to be taken by Ollie Ewing. We'll read through that Scunthorpe side again in a minute. I mightn't have done either since kick-off. The ball's half cleared, clipped into the back post, and there's a header towards goal. Comes back off the post, actually. It very gingerly brushed the post, but it hit the post nevertheless, Julian. And Scunthorpe have still got the ball on the edge of the area, so we'll come to you in a minute. Now Ewing picks it up, skips inside onto his right foot. Let's fly with a shot, which is too high. And, referee Dale Baines has decided that it came off an Aldershot player. I didn't see that, did you? No, Julian's shaking his head. Another corner to Scunthorpe, 0-0.
Yeah, it looked like a shot from the edge of the box that just sort of fizzed over, but we need to face up. The first corner that came in was a relatively easy header that came off the post, so we need to really face up and make sure we win this header.
It's going to be a left-footed in-swinger for Scunthorpe, and it comes to the near post, and I think it's headed behind by the Scunthorpe player just in front of Ryan Hill at the near post. Has gone behind the goal for a goal kick to the Shots. The ball's bouncing around in the first section of the stand that's empty to the right of the Shots fans, And I tell you what, the little section that they've got, they filled it out really well. There might be, what do you reckon, 130, 140?
Yeah, I'd say near 140. Perhaps they're all in the pub, Rob, and they've just got here in time.
Yeah, I spoke to a few of them on the train on the way up, or the train from Doncaster anyway. And terrific support really, given all the circumstances at the moment. Right, the goal kick is won in the air by Tyler Denton, and then the next ball has been battled well for by Abrahams and Gilligan. Gilligan's won it, played it forward, it's been cut out. Gilligan on the floor trying to make a tackle. Scunthorpe have got it back. Hargreaves onto the loose ball, as he often is, but slightly heavy touch from him in front of Archie Taylor, and that's into touch. I don't think any of us, whether we've played football, watched football, commentated on football, as this ball comes in and is chested down by Armitage and then cleared, can begin to imagine what it's like to be a professional footballer right now, with a previous manager outgoing. Then you're trying to listen intently to an interim caretaker manager. You're preparing for a game, and then 5:30 the evening before the game, you hear there's another new manager coming in, as a long ball should be over everybody and through to Dewhurst. It's a difficult time, isn't it? And not easy to have the right mindset. I mean, individually, of course, you want to, whoever you're playing for, you want to do well. But can be a very distracting time.
Yeah, that's why the announcement on Friday evening surprised me, to be honest. I would have, without knowing all the information, I would have perhaps left it and given Douse the full sort of moment. But it is what it is, and we just got to deal with what we've got.
Here comes Scunthorpe over halfway with Joe Starbuck down the right hand side. Ryan Hill's done well to win the ball, and now he plays it up to Gandor, who holds it and then feeds it out to Archie Taylor, playing as a right back. There's a good ball out to the right. Gandor showing ever willingness to run out, chasing the ball into the right channel. Now he's turning in towards the penalty area. It's a poor pass though, and it'll go through to Ewing. Aldershot put a foot in to win the ball through Kiban Rai. Thought he might nick that there, but the referee said he nicked the man. Free kick to Scunthorpe, bang level with Julian and I, halfway inside the Scunthorpe half, and we're sitting in a shaded roofed stand, and not getting any of the benefit of the warmth of the sunshine, but I'll take that over a good view.
Absolutely, it was a great pass from Archie Taylor there, driven low into the right hand side, and Gandor made that run. He probably got there a little bit too quickly because there wasn't enough support for the pass.
Here's Scunthorpe on the edge of the final third, and good tackle from Ryan Hill, who literally unloaded Callum Roberts there. Ball played forward to Kiban Rai. He's just checked back on himself and decides to keep possession. Now the ball's played back to Ben Jackson, and he'll go all the way back to Dewhurst, and Aldershot just electing to get a foot on the ball, a feel of the ball. One of those great footballing stories today, Truro and their Hardy band of supporters travelling 920-mile round trip to go to Gateshead today. Sky Bet have put £920 behind the bar. I mean, if there is only 20 of them, they're going to be absolutely drunk as skunks by the time that game ends. It's begun with a goal for Truro, the first goal of the afternoon to them. Here's Hadi Gandor battling away as the number 3 Brandon Horton shepherds the ball back. Aldershot win it again, and then that's a poor back pass, and Hadi Gandor almost got onto it, but it does go through to Rory Watson, a bit like Billy Chadwick, formerly of York City. He might still be actually on loan, I'm not 100% sure on that one, but here's Aldershot trying to play a 1-2 on the right hand side between Abrahams and Gandor, poked into touch by Scunthorpe, throw in taken quickly by Abrahams, goes back to Taylor back to Armitage. Great to see him back, by the way, on loan for the Shots, and nicely played in with a month at Brackley as well before. Ball around the corner from Taylor. Gandor will chase it. Horton, who we know more of as a left back or left wing back, playing as the left of the two centre backs today in the absence of Will Evans. Obviously a leaf out the Tommy Widrington book with one of the smaller, more natural left-sided players tucking in and playing the centre back role.
Yeah, he looks quite comfortable there, doesn't he?
Good headed winner there from Scunthorpe to find Callum Roberts, and now a shot's going to come in and it's blocked. Shot came in from Whitehall. Now it's picked up by Joe Rowley. sent out to the left side, through and back to Ewing. And Scunthorpe now with only Hadi Gandor up top for shots, playing the ball around the edge of the final third. Callum Roberts, of course, really exciting talent. Peaked, didn't he, of course, at Notts County, but was blighted by injuries there, and he's having a good run here. Aldershot again have got in tight and won the ball, and now it's played out to the left side looking for Ryan Jones, but Scunthorpe have won it in midfield. Hargreaves battling hard to try and win it back, but Roberts emerges with the ball, plays it to Whitehall, who's given it away for a second time. Kiban Rise picked it up, found Hadi Gandor, and Gandor strokes the ball into the path of Ryan Jones, who's attacking the left side of the penalty box here. Thinks about checking in, tries to get a shot in. The pace is taken off it by Joe Starbuck, and it goes through to the goalkeeper Rory Watson, but the first attempt anywhere near the goal from the shots, and whilst I don't think there was any oohs and ahs from us or the shots faithful, it was technically a shot blocked on target.
Yeah, it's nice to see Ryan Jones marauding down the wing, and good movement of the ball. The ball was moved nice and quickly. Oh, Kevin Rise on the ball.
Yeah, he's going right through the centre and now plays it out wide to Tristan Abrahams. He tries a shot from distance, little flick on it and in! Hadi Gandor has deflected it in for the Shots, who've taken a surprise lead here in the 12th minute. Shot towards goal. Gandor, the man of the moment, 2 goals in midweek in the National League Cup, strikes again, and he's diverted it perfectly past the leaden-footed Rory Watson. Scunthorpe United 0, Aldershot Town 1.
Well, that's come totally out of nothing. Kiban Rai picked the ball up in the midfield, found Tristan Abrahams on the right hand side. He cut in and he only had one thing on his mind, and that was to shoot, and the shot was going into one corner. Gandor took it, deflected off Gandor, and it's into the other corner. Totally wrong footing Watson in the goal, and out of nowhere it's 1-0.
Well, a week is a long time in football, isn't it? And so much has happened this week for Aldershot Town, or in the world of Aldershot Town. But today, as we now know, Alan Dowson, he lost his first game, he drew his second, and he's looking to get a win in the third. Tough opposition. Scunthorpe have only lost, of course, once so far this season, but it's been a good start for the Shots, and we're going to update our radio listeners as soon as we can. There's a misplaced pass, tracked down by Callum Roberts. Throw back down the line, cleared in, and then Jackson with a neat pass to find Ryan Jones, but he's quickly dispossessed by Starbuck, and then Gilligan wins it back for Shots. Rye in possession. He's been dispossessed himself by Westbrook, and here comes Ollie Ewing. Gilligan comes across, rough challenge, but he's been allowed to continue. Ryan Hill coming down the left side, plays the ball up for Gandor, battling away. Good work from Brandon Horton, just held off Gandor, whose gander is up. Yes, we really do have a goal now here at Glanford Park, and would you believe it, Gary, after the week that Aldershot Town have had, playing away at opposition, 4th in the table, only lost once all season, they've taken the lead, the Shots. It was Kiban Rai on his first start, marauding towards goal, shifted the ball right to Abrahams, who had a shot, a pretty hopeful shot from distance. Gandor was stood in front of it with his back to goal and neatly just deflected it in its path. The goalkeeper wrong-footed, and 12 minutes in, Scunthorpe United 0, Aldershot Town 1. Julian, Scunthorpe back in possession now, coming down the left-hand side. Aldershot have won it again through Kiban Rai, and so far so good. And when you've had an unsettling week or so and a difficult preparation for a game, it's the perfect start, isn't it?
Yeah, we talked at the start of the game about the first sort of 10-15 minutes is key.
Brilliant work from Hill to jump in and win the ball. Now he breaks forward, plays the ball out to the left to Hadi Gandor. If he can get past his man, Abrahams is in a good position on the far side. Ryan Hill finds Jones. Jones inside to Kiban Rai. Rai's going to spread it further right to Archie Taylor, who's making his way forward for the first time on the right-hand side. Aldershot feeling their way into the game against the odds, 1-0 up. Abrahams, little pass around the corner, finds Rai. Rai back to Gilligan. Gilligan tries the ball down the right channel to Abrahams, chases it, he's onside, collects it down by the touchline. Back to Archie Taylor. We're in the 16th minute now, just. The Shots taking the lead in the 12th minute through Hadi Gandor's third goal in a week. Here's Ryan Jones, just too busy looking what he was going to do next with the ball before he got it under control. Scunthorpe play it out to the right hand side, and there's just a little hand in the back by Jackson on Whitehall, and one of those where immediately the home supporters cry for a free kick. It wasn't given, and now Whitehall's just stuck out an arm towards Ben Jackson there, right in front of the assistant referee. The referee is going to have a word. I suspect he's probably going to end up saying it's a bit of both, but Whitehall can't do that. He can't do that and get away with it, and the referee, for me, is going to be quite lenient if he doesn't show him some card of some description there.
I think he is just going to have a word with him, but it's right in front of the Aldershot supporters, and they were absolutely livid with what they saw. You
can't respond like that. Whatever's been said, whatever's been done, you can't put an arm up to the face. And Dale Baines has had a strong word with both players. Obviously doesn't want to get his cards out yet. We're in the 17th minute, throw into Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe United 0, Aldershot Town 1. Ball played back to Boyce, who's well forward, sends it in, headed away by Armitage, only as far as Rowley. And Scunthorpe a little bit shell-shocked themselves, probably would have really fancied this fixture. I think as a team they'll have guarded against complacency, of course, but the supporters will have come here thinking, how many are we going to get today? And now they find themselves going against the script, 1-0 down. Boyce sends another cross into the far post. Good jump from Archie Taylor, wins it in the air, clears his lines. The ball's been picked up now by the number 33, Tyler Denton. Good exchange, but Gilligan's won it, and then he tries to clear it, and it deflects into the path of Scunthorpe player Whitehall. Goes back to Tyler Denton. He's going to send it inside now. Aldershot with everybody but Gandor back on the edge of the final. Again, Boyce lifts the ball over. Again, Aldershot win it in the air. Armitage, for me, was caught after the ball had gone. Referee gives nothing, and the ball comes off Armitage's head, deflects behind, and Scunthorpe United have their third corner of the afternoon. The Iron 0, the Shots 1.
Yeah, it's a good ball in from Scunthorpe. They were knocking it around quite nicely, but Armitage was holding position and was able to get the ball away for a corner.
In it comes, right-footed from Ewan, right under the bar. There's a little touch, and then it's headed in. And the little touch from Marcus Dewhurst was not enough. He feels he's been impeded, but a really soft hand feathered it further back in the goal, and then it was pounced on, and from all of a yard or two, the Iron have levelled, and Aldershot Town's lead has lasted barely 6 minutes. Scunthorpe United 1, Aldershot Town 1.
Yeah, it was a soft one, that, wasn't it? The corner was floated in, and I think personally Dewhurst was impeded because he was sort of on his back foot and was just unable to get a hand. Got a hand to it, but was just unable to keep it out the net, and we're back to all square.
So disappointing for Shots and also for Dewhurst. And Callum Roberts credited with the goal. Roberts from all of a couple of yards, just needing to get the ball over the line. We'll update our radio listeners in due course. Yeah, it's gone to the home side. Normal service resumed. As a Shots fan, Scunthorpe are level, and it's a really soft goal. Corner in from the right-hand side, and Dewhurst jumped, and a very light feathered touch could only help it on a couple of yards across his goal, and there was Callum Roberts to bundle it home from all of a couple of yards. Dewhurst ended up on the floor complaining that he was impeded. We're kind of split decision here in the commentary box. We don't think there was an awful lot in it, but the iron are level, and yet again in the first 20 minutes of a Shots game we've had a couple of goals. Scunthorpe United 1, Aldershot Town 1. Yeah, Julian, just building on that, I slightly disagree with you. I don't think there was much contact on Dewhurst, and I think we'd both benefit, of course, from seeing a replay of that, which we won't see. I didn't see much in the way of strong complaints from the Aldershot team, to be honest.
No, I would agree with you on that. It was just one of those things, and unfortunately for Shots, Roberts was in the right place at the right time to get his 5th goal of the season.
I mean, that guy has scored some wonderful goals, and that one won't make ever his best goals reel, but it counts. Long ball through the middle from Scunthorpe, very cleverly just left by Ben Jackson. Aldershot, under Alan Dowson's last game in caretaker charge, are not going to keep a clean sheet today, but if we look at it from a positive point of view, we are a couple of minutes from the halfway point in the first half, and they're all square, and they've had a reasonable foothold in the game. Abraham's really, for me, in terms of his work rate today, the most I've seen all season. Now, I would also question that. Just being blatantly honest with you, I don't know how you see it, how you see what his contribution has been like so far this season.
Yeah, he's put himself about today, and he's been quite influential. And also Kibben Rise, who's just picked the ball up now in the centre there, I thought has had a good start to the game as well. We're showing a little bit more energy, a little bit more movement.
And here they play it forward to the edge of the area. It's a difficult one, but Rory Watson comes to the edge of his area and collects. He's got the sun very much in his eyes at the minute, sends it down the right channel. Hargreaves lacking a little bit of composure, or maybe even information there from behind him or to the side of him. He hooks it into touch for a throw. Scunthorpe take it quickly, and Aldershot have won it. Ryan Jones comes away with the ball. He's being tracked by Zane Westbrook, goes back to Dewhurst, and now Dewhurst kicks long. Gandor does really well to get one touch on it, but very quickly Joe Rowley gets a foot in and sends it backwards to where Scunthorpe have one or two men over. Send it forward down the middle. Armitage wins it in the air. It's sent back. Ryan Hill has the composure, the Shots skipper on the day, to chest it down, carry it across the middle, and then fire it out to Archie Taylor, who at times is getting plenty of space so long as he stays back. Poked into touch inside their own half still, Aldershot, by the number 33, Tyler Denton. Archie Taylor has gone further back to Dewhurst, and he kicks up towards halfway now. Headed down by Abrahams. He's looking for Rye, but he can't find him. Rowley wins the ball, finds Denton, lifts it over the top, cleared away by Armitage, but again he can only find a Scunthorpe player. And now Boyce comes over halfway. He'll be shut down by Abrahams, and Westbrook tried to get a touch, but it runs behind him and all the way through to Marcus Dewhurst. Haven't really talked about other scores today other than that early goal for Truro. Sutton with a relatively early goal. Lewis Simper might well be their top scorer, the midfielder. Great left foot he's got. He's put them ahead at Grosvenor Vale. Wealdstone 0, Sutton 1. Hartlepool have taken the lead against Solihull Moors, and Yeovil at home to Carlisle United, perhaps the most surprising of those. Here's Abrahams working the ball out to the left to Jones, into the penalty area, onto his left foot, tries a shot, that's blocked by Joe Starbuck, who's impressed me so far today. Into touch, throw into Aldershot, down at the end where Julian and I are sat. We're about halfway through that half. He's going to give the ball Ryan Jones to Ryan Hill. Pretty solid start from the Shots today. Just that one flap from Dewhurst from the corner, which Roberts obviously then got onto and diverted over the line. Prior to that, of course, the Shots taking the lead through Haddy Gandor deflecting Tristan Abrahams' shot. Here's Hill going one way then the other into the penalty area, pulls it back. Abrahams, he jumps and forgets to take the ball. It's underneath him. I think if he'd just taken it squarely and firmly, it'd have been in there. Certainly. Yeah,
I would have preferred him to have had a go at least then. If it's on target, great. If it's not, he's had a go.
I think he was trying to jump over it. He thought someone was behind him, didn't he?
So.
Which was unselfish in that respect. sometimes you want your strikers to be a little bit selfish, don't you? And
yeah, I would have wanted him, as I said, to have taken a shot there, but Ryan Jones has picked up a little bit in the last couple of minutes. He's been showing a little bit more influence down this left-hand side.
Good block from Kiban Rai, and Andrew Boyce, the Iron skipper, will have to start again, and he'll have to go back to his keeper Rory Watson now. And Scunthorpe a little bit nervy, and the shots have caused that by their relatively composed start here this afternoon. Such a shame they couldn't hold on a little bit longer to that lead. It's been a bit of an Aldershot Town trait under several managers, isn't it? When you get a lead, you know, so many clubs, and maybe John Coleman can change this, when you get a lead, it's so precious, and a lot of other teams and clubs are so much better, aren't they, at holding on to those leads. Aldershot win the ball there, and again referee Baines being consistent with not giving the light contact. Here's Ryan Jones skipping inside one way then the other, now sends it out to the left side to Kiban Rai. Rise to the edge of the penalty area, he's looking for a ball in, tries a little whip ball in. I don't know whether it was a cross or a shot, but it had no pace on it, and Rory Watson came out and just snaffled it. But the shots look as though they're on the edge of creating something, and that can be frustrating but also hopeful.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think we've looked largely positive going forward, and
well, we didn't need commentary there. Scunthorpe got themselves a free kick, and their supporters were rather pleased.
That was Gilligan just making a challenge on the centre circle. But again, he's been impressive for me. I like the look of him. He's just added a little bit more tenacity to the midfield.
Yeah, arms all over the shirt of Cameron Hargreaves, really well positioned, and he wins a free kick for the shots deep in their own half, which Marcus Dewhurst is about to take. We are 26 and a half minutes into the first half here at Clanford Park. It might have a fancy name, but I'm calling it Clanford Park anyway. And it is Scunthorpe United 1, Aldershot Town 1. Hadi Gandor with his third goal in a week for the shots, and Callum Roberts with probably one of the more simple goals that he'll score. Here's Ben Jackson running onto a forward pass from Scunthorpe, goes back to Dewhurst, one in the air by Starbuck, and then Cameron Hargreaves jumping well to compete for it, but good pass out to the right hand side to Roberts. Roberts has got an overlapping run from Westbrook, he tries to get the ball in. Hargreaves is well placed, and Ryan Hill can't control the ball, goes into touch. Cameron Hargreaves just stays down on his haunches for a minute, but he's bobbed up again now and he looks fine. The Iron won, the shots won, and a misplaced pass there from Scunthorpe down the right side, and Hill was trying to let it run out of play, but it didn't have enough momentum. Scunthorpe got onto it, then he got it back, cleared it forward, and now Tyler Denton will send it down the left side for Scunthorpe, and Archie Taylor's well positioned, there's no going past him, so they have to come back inside. And good pressing from Hargreaves, very nearly got a foot on that one. Aldershot working very hard out of possession, trying to make sure that they're really busy, Julian, and not letting Scunthorpe settle into any flow as Scunthorpe players gone down. And do you know what, having talked, well, he's laying on the floor, the play continues. I'm pretty sure it's Callum Roberts, and eventually the referee stops the game. And we were talking off air about the talents that they've got, Scunthorpe. I talked to some Iron supporters in the Wetherspoons before the game, which were that interview will be on tomorrow's NL Full-Time podcast, and they were talking about their favourite player at Scunthorpe being Declan Howe. He's on the bench. Will Evans, who Shots fans are familiar with, is out injured. So too is Alfie Beeston. But Callum Roberts, we talked about how effective he is and how he's had that previous injury curse. It's been fine all season, but he's lying on the floor now. He looks in some discomfort as well.
Yeah, and I didn't see what happened either, which is often not a good
innocuous
sign.
Isn't it sometimes? Yeah,
so it's a twist of a knee or something, and we were talking off air about his injury record and the fact that he's played so well this season, and he's only missed one game so far. So that does look a bit of a worry, and as it's a lengthy lengthy bit of treatment, the players have just had a break.
All right. Lovely. Thank you. Cheers. Just breaking off to update our radio listeners. No, it is still 1-1, and we've got a stoppage in play for what looks like an unfortunate and rather innocuous injury to Callum Roberts, the starlet of Scunthorpe United, the darling of Scunthorpe United, and prior to that, Notts County. He's laying rather prone and with hands over his head, which suggests that it might well be the end of his afternoon. But yeah, Shot's taken the lead in the 12th minute through Hadi Gandor, deflecting Tristan Abraham's shot into the goal, wrong foot in the keeper, and then that rather soft goal conceded just 6 minutes later as the Scunthorpe corner was flapped at a little at the near post by Marcus Dewhurst, perhaps under a little bit of duress. And it remains that way. The shots have settled really well. They've had some good passages. They've kept the ball intelligently. They've worked hard out of possession. And I think looking on from wherever he is today, John Coleman will be pleased with what he's seen so far. 30 and a half minutes gone. Callum Roberts limps off. We'll wait to see whether or not he can take any more part in it. But yeah, 1-1 here. Just over half an hour gone, Gary. Thank you. Okay, Callum Roberts' afternoon might not be over, Julian. He's still on his feet. He's waiting the allotted 30 seconds. I think he's going to come back on again.
Yeah, and I do too. Yeah, there's no sign of a substitute, and yeah, I think he's going to be back on shortly. For
me, I have no idea even the nature of the injury. I was just watching his body language, and I wondered if in that first minute or two he thought, oh no, something's happened to me again. You know, and you can understand that thinking because he's spent so long out injured. We're underway anyway, and Whitehall turns the ball around the corner, and Rowley involved, and so too Ollie Ewing. Now Scunthorpe back where they started on halfway. Horton comes forward. Diagonal ball out to the right hand side to Callum Roberts, who's back on the pitch and going up against Ryan Hill now. Drift one way then the other, sends in an early cross. Ball corridor of uncertainty, comes back off the bar and is followed up and smashed in by Zane Westbrook, and another soft goal conceded by the Shots just less than 2 minutes after the restart. Callum Roberts back on the pitch, drifts the ball in, initial effort came back off the bar, and Westbrook was there on hand to follow up. Scunthorpe United 2, Shots 1.
Yeah, straight ball straight out to Callum Roberts. He knocked a ball in right in that corridor of uncertainty, caused hesitation. Whitehall at the back post with a header hit the bar, and it was followed up for 2-1. Pretty straightforward stuff.
Second goal for the Iron on 32 minutes. Goal scorer number 25, Zane Westbrook.
So simple and so easy, the Scunthorpe goals. And outside, it sounds daft, Julian, but outside of that, they haven't created much clear, but they've just been so simple. Sort of goals you'd see on a Sunday morning, right?
Yeah, that's the disappointing thing, is that we've
undone all the good work.
Yeah, we've really been in the game, and those are the only two chances in the first 33, 4 minutes they've had. But then you could argue that's the sign of a good team.
Yeah, just crushing for the Shots fans listening, and at the far end we've witnessed a pretty even game, very little in it. Shots took the lead. Wonderful to see that happening on this day of all days, and then within 20-25 minutes of that, they're 2-1 down. They're not out of it, of course, but just so disappointing. There's a good foot in from Gilligan, and Hargreaves battling hard as well. Ball breaks loose, picked up by the goal scorer Westbrook. Ollie Ewing. Now sent out to the right hand side to Callum Roberts, who's taken on Ryan Hill now. Couldn't beat him. Hill put it behind. It'll be another corner to Scunthorpe. I think they're fourth or fifth of the game so far, and Aldershot need to be a little bit careful here now. They need to stay in the game, Julian.
Yeah, Roberts is exerting his influence on the game now, and whether it's inside or outside, he's causing us problems.
Corner then in swinger from the right hand side. It's one in the air by Jackson, goes behind, another corner to Scunthorpe. This time it'll be from the far side. We'll update our radio listeners shortly. Yeah, coming in the 32nd minute, the home side are now ahead. Callum Roberts sent in a dangerous ball. Danny Whitehall got an effort in that bounced back off the bar, and there was Zane Westbrook well positioned to finish things off from close range. They're on the edge of the area now. There might be another shot raining in on the shots goal. It is Roberts. It's blocked and diverted out to the right hand side. But 35 minutes gone here at Glanford Park. Scunthorpe United have come from behind. Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1. And Julian, we're back now with the atmosphere we had at the beginning of the game, and the shots makes you realise how much the shots had quietened that down.
Yeah, and as you pointed out a few moments earlier, it's largely been a good, evenly contested game, but for again that sort of defensive problems that we're having at the moment. But it gives me a little bit of hope, the fact that we have played a big part in this game, and it's not all done and dusted by any means.
Dewhurst plays the ball from the edge of his area to Gilligan, turns it around the corner, but that's really well read by Tyler Denton. Heavy touch from him though. Cleared forward by Armitage, chased by Gandor, up against Horton. Gets a foot in but can't win the ball cleanly. Ball's picked up by Rowley. He goes back to his goalkeeper. We'll keep you posted on the other scores elsewhere in the National League. Southend United have taken the lead at home to Brackley. Forest Green have taken the lead at home to Boreham Wood. And it's now Wealdstone 1, Sutton 2. And that inside the M25 derby. Diagonal ball from the left out to the right. Doesn't find its man, finds Hill, but Hill battles hard. Callum Roberts bounces off him. He's won the ball back now. He's gone down. And Scunthorpe continue with the play. And the ball's lifted over the bar, but the referee, Baines, had blown for the free kick on Hill. We might have been a little bit fortuitous there. One hell of a battle, isn't it, Hill against Callum Roberts?
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned there when Ryan Hill started to take the ball across the 6-yard line and then fall over. That's always not a good sign, but luckily the ref was on his side and felt that there was a foul play there.
Yeah. He might have got the benefit of the doubt there, and there was some considerable doubt. Here's Boyce just leaving a ball that's drifting into touch, and now he'll send it up to Starbuck. Aldershot putting the cat amongst the pigeons with that 12th minute goal, but within half an hour they're 2-1 down. Here's Callum Roberts again, skips past Jackson, he's into the penalty area on his favoured left foot, comes back onto his right. Oh, the shot just drifts over Dewhurst bar. Dewhurst stuck out a hand, couldn't get anything on it. And Callum Roberts, who's already sent one in from all of 2 yards, let fly from the edge of the area there. A sizzling shot, just a little bit too much height on it. And it remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1.
Whether it's his left foot or his right foot, he's equally dangerous, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's causing the biggest problems for us today. If we can keep him quiet, then we can sort of lay a base of foundations from there and move on. But we just need to get through for the next few minutes.
He's already, of course, scored and secondary assisted, and if nothing else happens of note in this match, he'll have been the key player in it anyway already. But I think it's more the worry of what else he could go on to do, isn't it, Julian? I think that's what you're saying. Yeah,
absolutely. Ryan Hill has got a battle on his hands there, and it's really important that he stays tight on Callum Reynolds and gives him a chance to get the ball over.
Here's Abrahams working hard down the right hand side. He's being shut down. Holds up. Aldershot ping it out to the left hand side from Gilligan. Finds Jones. He's got Hill on a rare foray forward on the overlap. Jones on the edge of the area finds Hill. Hill's going to shape to send the ball in here, and then he does try a shot, and that's blocked. That source headed back in by Hargreaves, cleared away by Rowley, sent back forward, and heavy touch from Abrahams is pounced on by Scunthorpe, and then it's sent out to the left-hand side, where Armitage does enough of a job just to impede Whitehall off the ball, so Archie Taylor can come and get onto it. He's on it again now, having exchanged passes with Hadi Gandor, and Kiban Rai picks it up, ball down the line into the feet of Gandor. First touch, turns inside with the ball, back to Gilligan, inside their own half just here. Jackson relaxes on the ball, plays it up to Ryan Jones, who sends it back to him. Now it's difficult for the Shots to find the way forward from this point. Ryan Hill lifts the ball over the top. Hadi Gandor's battling away for it. He does well, he prevails, he's into the corner flag, down by the corner flag, and Horton shoves him into touch. And the referee not even having a word with Horton.
That's surprising. They both ended up in the terraces almost.
Yeah, I tell you what, if he catapults into the hoardings, the referee's going to have a word with him, that's for sure. Okay, throw in taken short from Hill to Jones. Yeah, I think you've come to us, Gary. It's still 2-1 to Scunthorpe. Shots enjoying a brief period of possession here, and the Jackson, the centre back here, bombing well forward, gives it to Hill. Ryan Jones inside the penalty area, sends it across, and it's just connected with, and it'll be a corner to the Shots. It remains though Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1, and we've got 4 minutes left until half time. Aldershot Town's first corner of the game. Kiban Rai is going to take it short to Jones. He can get in a left-footed cross here. It's headed away at the near post behind the goal again for a second consecutive Shots corner. Boy, how they'd love to get in at half-time level again.
Ryan Jones has put in a couple of good balls in the last few minutes, and that may be a key recipe to getting a goal back here.
A packed 6-yard box here. It's not so much a bus stop queue, but just sheer chaos in front of the goalkeeper. And Kiban Rai is going to send this one in right-footed. It's poor to the near post, headed away. Does come back to Rai. Rai now is going to send it in again. Abrahams chests it down edge of the box, tries an overhead kick. It's weak and it's wide. And I'm not sure he did that with an awful lot of conviction, Julian. Goal kick to Scunthorpe, and it is still the iron to Shots 1.
Yeah, it's a bit more possession in the Scunthorpe half. We've got sort of 4 minutes plus injury time now, so the key I think for me is to maintain this pressure, keep the tempo running, and see if we can get anything before half time.
I don't want to appear overly critical of Tristan Abrahams. I think, like a lot of strikers, he's struggling at the moment, having not scored for quite a while. And if you think back to one of the early Shots games, I think it was away at, I can't remember where it was actually now, but he turned and he just struck a shot from 30 yards. It rattled back off the bar. That was the Tristan Abrahams that I thought Aldershot had signed. But I think, like all strikers, when the goals dry up, the confidence dips a bit. Corner at the other end now, by the way, to Scunthorpe. Yeah,
Tristan needs a goal, doesn't he? Needs a goal to boost that confidence, and I think once he's got that goal, hopefully it will change for him.
Southend's goal at home to Brackley was wiped out, by the way. It was disallowed. And Truro have scored a second at Gateshead in their 920-mile round trip. In comes the corner from Scunthorpe, and you heard those cheers. We saw the net bulge out the near post. Thankfully for Shots, it was into the side netting, because just in this particular area of the ground, it did look as if it might have gone in. Here's Kiban Rai chasing the ball. Andrew Boyce sends it into touch. Rai does really well to catch it as it comes down from the roof, and Aldershot can take a quick throw if they want. With Hill, he feeds Jones. Jones inside to Kiban Rai. Rai back to Hill. Shots, as we know, have got goals in them, and that's what they're going to need if they're going to get anything out of this game. 2-1 down, 1.5 minutes left of this first half, and they've been forced back and back and back here to halfway. Hargreaves back to Jackson. His next ball might very well be back to Marcus Dewhurst. In fact, he tries a short pass to Hargreaves, but out of possession. Scunthorpe making themselves difficult to break down. Ball down the left touchline by Hargreaves, just hits the back of Ryan Jones and goes into touch. And frustrating moments at times for Shots trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, that was frustrating. We had the ball on the edge of the box, and the ball went backwards and backwards, and in the end it was the throw went out around about the halfway line. So that's frustrating. We need to take these opportunities to really put them under more pressure.
Free kick to the Shots in their own half. We've got a minute or so left of the first half. Don't do it very often, but hello to mum and dad who are listening in after a little trip to the farm shop. They're going to listen for the second half. Yeah, the Shots took the lead 12 minutes in. Within 6 minutes they've been pegged back, and now they find themselves 2-1 down in Alan Dowson's last game in caretaker charge before John Coleman, the former Accrington Stanley manager, takes over tomorrow. Here's Archie Taylor, caught in possession on the halfway line, and Scunthorpe bombing forward, edge of the area. Shot comes in from Ollie Ewing. It's well blocked and cleared forward by the Shots. Who'll pick it up again here just inside their own half. We're going to have 4 added minutes as Ryan Jones sends the ball out to the right hand side. Abrahams inside to Gilligan. Gilligan out to Ryan Jones, who's now finding himself on the right wing. He's dribbling towards the edge of the penalty. He was into the edge of the area. He's temporarily lost it, won it back, swept back in again from Gilligan. Picked up by Tyler Denton, and Scunthorpe from their own left back position play up towards halfway. Archie Taylor wins it in the air. Armitage heads it on further. Aldershot battling hard for the ball, and they've got it. Here's Tristan Abrahams running with the ball, tries a shot from distance. It's pretty weak. It is on target, and I think he has been told to shoot on sight today, or has decided that he's going to. Here's Ryan Hill at the other end on this occasion, outwitting the inimitable talent of Callum Roberts. Hadi Gandor jumps for a ball, handles it, I think, or has the referee stopped it for something else?
Offside. He came from an offside position back in, and was called offside by the linesman.
Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. We are just over a minute into a minimum of 4 added at the end of the first half. I did say to you off air, it's going to be a draw today, let it be a 3-3, not a 0-0. Well, we're halfway to that, 2-1 to Scunthorpe. It was, of course, 3-3 last time the Shots came here. In one of the last few games, I think Mark Molesley was in charge. Here's Roberts getting away down the right, squares it. It's cleared away by Gilligan, but he can only find Starbuck, and Scunthorpe are going to come again. No, they're not. Ryan Jones has cut the ball out, and he's played it first time up to Hadi Gandor, who's waiting for some support now, and there's plenty of it coming. Finds Kiban Rai, edge of the area. Oh, good tracking back from Scunthorpe. Really, really good work there from Joe Rowley, I think, because they were in a bit of trouble, a whole lot of trouble there, Scunthorpe. Aldershot win it again on halfway. Ryan Jones skips forward down the left hand side. Now he sends it out to Abrahams. Abrahams back to Hargreaves, and Hargreaves to Hill. Hill to Ryan Jones. Gandor's in the middle, but he's the only one in the middle, and Jones continues his run into the penalty, tries a shot, hits a Scunthorpe player on its way towards the goal and goes behind the goal, away to our left corner to the Shots. One last chance perhaps to get level before half time. Up comes Armitage and Jackson, the two centre-backs for Aldershot Town today. For the first time, I think, in league action for about 3 years. Aldershot Town playing
3 years, yeah.
Playing a back four. Can't remember if they played one last time they come here. That was about 3 years ago, wasn't it? Kiban Rai having a laugh with the crowd. He sets up to take the corner, at least a foot outside the quadrant. He looks at them, smiles, comes back, places it, and then it comes underneath the bar. It's a strong contact away from goal by the keeper, headed back in by Ryan Jones, headed clear again, taken on his chest by Ryan Hill. Oh, he's been dispossessed by Danny Whitehill. He's play it to Callum Roberts on the right hand side. All hands on deck from Shots to try and get back. Roberts squares it, it's cleared away. Kiban Rai has the ball. It's a good end-to-end game, isn't it, Julian? We're being well entertained, even though the Tommy Widrington roller coaster has pulled out the station.
Yes, it is end-to-end, and the Shots have definitely played their part in this first half, and the Scunthorpe will not be treating the second half lightly.
30 seconds or so of the minimum of 4 added, as Abrahams is a little bit too heavy-handed, trying to shrug off Tyler Denton. And on halfway, Scunthorpe United have their own free kick, and if they choose to, Julian, an opportunity to send the ball right up to the edge of Aldershot Town's back line. They may, of course, just settle for being 2-1 up at half-time at the break, which is the scoreline, as the 4 added minutes have elapsed. Boyce, who loves the ball over the top, sends the ball over the top, out to the left-hand side. One in the air by Taylor. Oh, onto it though. A loose ball shot comes in. That's blocked. Comes back out to Ewing. Whitehall's out there, and then he is dispossessed. Armitage wins it back, then he's dispossessed. Free kick to the shots. Referee's going to blow again for the half-time whistle, and it is Aldershot Town trailing by 2-1 here. An enjoyable, lively first half. The home side will be particularly happy because not only are they leading 2-1, but they've come from behind to do so. Here with his thoughts on the first half is my co-commentator Julian Walters.
Yeah, one of frustration, Rob, because we've been well in this game and created a number of chances, but for those two, again, perhaps individual errors, then we could be going in ahead. But it isn't that. We've led in 2 soft goals again. But for me, there's some positives. I think we have looked quite comfortable in this shape with the back four, and also the energy of Gilligan and Hargreaves in midfield has been good, and also Kivan Rai, I think, has been quite impressive in his sort of willingness and energy to get around the park. So yeah, it's 2-1. We're still in it, which you could argue that's what we were looking for at half time, to still be in the game, and I think there's going to be some sort of questions to answer, and whether or not there'll be a formation change, I don't think there will be, but certainly the first sort of 10 minutes of the second half, I think, again, will be crucial.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think Aldershot have largely played pretty well today. We've seen a pretty even game, but thanks to 2 very soft goals, they'll trail at the break. Hadi Gandor putting them ahead, and then pretty simple goals from Callum Roberts and Zane Westbrook, pretty much profiting from other actions in front of goal that left them with pretty simple tap-ins. And Aldershot might have a few complaints about the first one, with Dewhurst failing to command his area. He might say he was impeded. But if you look at that last corner of shots, Julian, and the one that Scunthorpe scored from, it's night and day, isn't it? One keeper jumping clearly, really clearing his lines out of his area, and the other one, frankly, just flapping it on a couple of yards to a striker waiting to pounce. Yeah,
and I think that's, you've hit the nail on the head there. When we have a corner, we don't particularly look threatening. When we're defending a corner,
we look vulnerable.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the difference at the moment between the two sides. But as I said, all is not lost, and we're still in this game, and there's no reason why, with a tweak here and there, that we can't make a real game of this.
Just a reminder that earlier today, Halifax took on York, and there was a late equaliser for York from Ollie Pearce in the 85th minute. It was initially given, then disallowed, then allowed again. Halifax had led for the majority of that game. They scored in the 3rd minute through Will Harris, and Ollie Pearce levelled late on. Other scores in the National League this afternoon, I'll ignore the games that are all 0-0. Forest Green 1, Bournemouth 0 at the top end. Gateshead 0, Truro City 2. Christian Oxlade Chamberlain with the second of those goals. Hartlepool 1, Solihull Moors 0. Wealdstone 1, Sutton 2.
Happy 14th birthday to Freya Henderson.
Yeovil 1, Carlisle 0. And Tamworth Boston is a late kick-off. That's it from us here at Glanford Park until the second half. We'll see if we can go and get ourselves a hot cup of something. Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1.
Lifelong supporter, travelled up for today's game. They celebrate his life following his recent passing. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Andy actually developed the club's first website and has continued to support the team home and away despite moving down south with work. Donations in Andy's honour were made by dozens of people whose lives were positively impacted by him, and that money has been spent buying shares in the club in the name of his 2 beloved daughters. A big welcome to Andy's family this afternoon. Many of those family and friends will also be meeting up when the I travel to Woking on December the 20th. A big thank you to everyone that's donated, and then the shares have come to the club in the name of his daughters in his memory. So rest in peace, Andy Brickcliffe. Our thoughts are with family and friends.
Yeah, I've got to do a half-time report, so I can't get out of the chair. I was going to try and see if we get a coffee. I don't know if we get one in there. We might. Hopefully they're going to come to us soon. I can't hear the commentary, so I guess they're still playing at Crawley. Just chatting away here while we're waiting to do a half-time report to radio. The shots bench today, Nash, Paddy according to Scunthorpe. I've just decided to give Pat Nash the nickname Paddy. Tyler Frost back and available, that's good to see. Kwame Thomas, perhaps a little unfortunate not to be in the starting lineup today. Keane Anderson, Max Mullins, James Claridge and Toby Nelson, well worthy of his place on the bench today after an excellent showing.
Just take you through
midweek.
This half-time draw winning number sponsored by the SUFC Unity Group in memory of
standing by for a half-time report to radio.
Cash, and that's ticket 12329.
Julian, did you see Toby Nelson's performance for the shots in the week?
£165. 120.
And the National League Cup, did you get a look at that or not?
No, I didn't, but have kept an eye on his performances and fully deserves his place on the bench today.
Just looks to me like a young man who's not phased by stepping up, and yeah, he got himself a
prize on the halfway line as always.
Okay, thank you very
to the Fred Gold standard.
Yes, absolutely, Adrian. Sitting here waiting patiently to give it to you. It's 2-1 to Scunthorpe United. The shot's taken the lead on 12 minutes through Hadi Gandor, who deflected Tristan Abraham's shot in, but then there's no other way to describe it really. A couple of soft goals conceded by shots. Dewhurst flapped a little bit at a corner. He felt he was being impeded, but referee gave nothing, and Callum Roberts stroked home from a couple of yards, and it was a pretty similar case again when Roberts floated a dangerous ball into the area. Whitehall, their top scorer, had an effort that came back off the bar, and Zane Westbrook followed it up and rammed it gleefully home from a couple of yards. Other than that, it's been a pretty even game, and the shots do still look as if they've got a goal or two in them, so they'll hopefully stay in the game, and we'll have a few more goals in the second half. But half-time scoreline here at Glanford Park: Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1. No worries. Right, let's see if we can get a drink or not. Stretch our legs.
Just a further raffle result if you're bought a raffle ticket from any of our executive areas or bars this afternoon. The winning ticket is on the green 391 to 395. That's green 391 to 395.
Am I right in thinking that in Douse's only other National League game in charge, we went 1-0 up and lost 2-1? Did we score first? Yes, we did. Yeah. Right, listeners, for fear of doing another Damson Park, Julian and I saw the shots team come out and rushed out here, and then realised that they've come out very early, and Scunthorpe, no sign of them yet, no sign also of the officials. Half-time 2-1 Scunthorpe, and I was just realised the irony, you might have heard me say off air, but Julian, in Alan Dowson's only other National League game in caretaker charge of shots, they also took the lead and lost that game 2-1. So we need a different script now.
Yeah, let's hope it is a different script as well. And here they come. Scunthorpe just coming out now.
Yeah, it looks as though it's the same 11 taking the field for shots. Of course, trying to pick up a point or points on the road here today without their talisman, without Josh Barrett. Couple of things I can tell you for facts if you didn't hear him earlier. Josh Barrett is injured. I've had that from Alan Dowson directly, and also from Alan Dowson directly. Obviously we know Aldershot have just appointed John Coleman, but Alan Dowson been very open and honest before the game. He said yeah, he's leaving the club on Monday, so John Coleman obviously coming in with his own man or men. Right, Scunthorpe 2, Shots 1, second half about to commence here. Shots will line up as follows: back four behind Dewhurst of Hill, Jackson, Armitage and Taylor. Gilligan and Hargreaves hold in the middle, and then Ryan Jones on the left. Abraham's at times drifting in from the right, and Kiban Rai with the freest of the roles, more central attacking, supporting Hadi Gandor when he can. And Scunthorpe United line up as follows: Watson in goal, back four left to right, Denton, Horton, Boyson, Starbuck, and then Ewing, Rowley and Westbrook, the very athletic and mobile central midfield, and then Chadwick, Whitehall and Roberts up top. Throw in to Aldershot, cushion header from Kiban Rai, back to Gilligan, sends it down the right hand side. It's cut out by Scunthorpe, back pass, a little bit lacking in certainty, cleared forward, and Kiban Rai stuck a foot in and won the ball, and then, well, Ollie Ewing stuck a foot in and won the ball again. Advantage played by the referee. Callum Roberts coming down the right hand side, squares it, cut out by Gilligan, but comes back to Roberts. Roberts onto his left foot, tries a shot, and again, for the second time today, a number of the supporters around us cheered a goal, and it wasn't. He drifted the shot wide.
It could have been a goal though. Again, Callum Roberts is causing all sorts of problems down that right hand side, and managed to drill a shot in from just outside the 6-yard line, and we thought the net was going to riffle there. Dewhurst actually had no chance, but just need to sort of calm it down a little bit and get hold of the game.
Well, if Aldershot Town are going to get anything today, they're probably going to need, whenever it is, to score the next goal. Paul Bertie Reynolds has hit us with some news. I'll come to it in a minute if relevant. Oh, Ryan Jones gets a shot away. It's low to the keeper's right, and he is forced to make the save. It remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. I'm not really one, Paul Reynolds, for live league tables. What he is saying is if the score lines remain as they are, the shots will drop into the bottom four today. But at the moment they're 2-1 down in a pretty lively and open game in which they dared to take the lead, and are still competing hard in it. Here's Hargreaves, good control from him, sending the ball to Ryan Hill, who's escaped the clutches of Callum Roberts and drifts it to Ryan Jones. Early cross in from the left is cut out behind by Brandon Horton, and it's the first corner of the second half to the Shots. They're 4 for the game. Julian Walters. Nice
move. Shots are moving the ball a bit quicker there, and the ball was quickly pinged out from Hargreaves, Hill, And the first time crossed in from Ryan Jones was just scrambled away for a corner. Kiban Rai lining this one up.
Yeah, going to be a right-footed in swinger. Eastleigh 1, Morecambe 0 in the National League. Here we are. Scunthorpe 2-1 up in the 48th minute. Corner though to the shots. Kiban Rai to the far post, and my goodness me, it wasn't a bad looking delivery, was it? But everybody drifted in towards the near post. It went over everybody and disappeared just behind the goal. One of those moments where you want one person to stay right at the back post until the last minute, and had anyone been brave enough or had the common sense to do so, they would have had a simple headed goal in at the far post.
It's actually a carbon copy of Scunthorpe's goal, with Callum Roberts being in that position to knock the ball home, and unfortunately we didn't have somebody there. But good ball in from Kiban Rai there, which caused the Scunthorpe defence some real problems.
Goal kick to Scunny, or the Iron. 48 and a half minutes gone, and they lead 2-1, having trailed 1-0 early on to Hadi Gandor's goal. Hadi Gandor now, whichever competitions you count, Aldershot Town's top scorer this season. Archie Taylor drifts the ball down the right hand side. Horton's poor touch finds Gandor. He's holding it up on the edge of the penalty area. Now he's getting a bit of support. He's surely being fouled there, is he, on the edge, but he holds his ground and plays the ball back to Gilligan. Gilligan to Archie Taylor. Taylor with the ball onto Rai, who drifts it back to him. Good first touch from Taylor. He's got to the byline, hooks the ball up to the far post. It's missed by a couple of people. Now Ryan Jones picks it up, followed up by Hill. He's into the penalty area, back to Ryan Jones. Jones tries a shot, he's lifted it over, and 2 shots in 2 minutes from Ryan James, demonstrating Julian Walters that shots are not laying down for anyone.
Yeah, again, that was a move where we're moving the ball a lot quicker, and a nice little 1-2 on the right hand side here between Taylor and Kiban Rai. Kiban Rai is getting involved in those sorts of moves, and lovely cross to the back post. Unfortunately, Jones was just able to get there, but his right footed shot was just over the bar.
Here's Ryan Hill outwitting Callum Roberts again on this occasion. Feeds Ryan Jones. He's having a bit of joy, and occasionally he's getting one-on-one. He gets a cross in from the right, and this time it's snaffled by the goalkeeper. But if there's somewhere the shots are going to get a bit of joy, Julian, it looks like it's going to be down that left flank.
Yeah, Jones is causing their right back a few problems there, and it's a bit like the Halifax game. He's sort of growing into it and becoming more influential.
Yeah, here's Kiban Rai drifting onto a loose ball, coming away with it. Good strong tackle from Scunthorpe, but the ball breaks nicely for Hargreaves. Hargreaves plays it into the path of Tristan Abrahams, who has to just drop back briefly into his own half. Finds Gilligan. Gilligan looking for Hargreaves, gets that pass all wrong. It's shifted over, and Jackson gets a key touch and a pass all in one back to Ryan Hill. Good composure there from the Shots youngster. Rai inside, poor ball from him, and it's won easily by Rowley. Rowley though is then thwarted by Rai, who tackles back. Scunthorpe have got it again, sent down the left side. And Chadwick, we barely mentioned in that first half, picking up the ball. He's given it away. Rai's got it. Handball there by Scunthorpe's Tyler Denton. Free kick to Shots. 10 yards inside the Scunthorpe half, just in from the touchline. Probably not even 10 yards. Taken short by Taylor, who gets the ball back from Hargreaves. Can the Shots stay in the game long enough? Can they take an opportunity at some point? My goodness me, it would be lovely for Douse, wouldn't it, for everybody concerned, if the Shots could get a point here or more today. Here they are battling away with Hadi Gandor. Finds Ryan Jones. Jones drifting inside. He knows Gandor's out, but he skipped past his man there. He's into the edge of the penalty. Comes out to Gandor. He's going to try a shot. First time, very much like the goal, is cut out behind for a corner. But if you saw Gandor's goal in the National League Cup on Tuesday, the second of his goals, received the ball back to goal, all in one touch, swiveled and shot, and this occasion it was blocked behind. Julian.
Yeah, good work again from Ryan Jones, cutting inside, found Gandor in that pocket of space, who quick turn and a shot, and it was deflected away for another corner. Which is going to be a right-footed in-swinger again. The Shots have gone ahead now in the corner count today. It's 6 here from Kiban Rai to the far post. Keeper jumps, gets one clear arm on it. Ben Jackson was up there with him for company,
and with that one-armed punch he diverts it behind. Aldershot have a 7th corner of the day. Tristan Abrahams in front of the Shots fans, just thanking them and rallying them as well at the same time. He's going to take this corner. It's going to be a left-footed in swinger from Tristan Abrahams. Can Aldershot get first contact? In it comes, diverted away. Kiban Rice should get there first, but he's drifted out to the left-hand side. He's got Gilligan for company, finds Gilligan. Gilligan's going to send a ball into the area. It's cleared away. Oh, awkwardly hits a Scunthorpe player, but then falls very kindly for the goalkeeper, Rory Watson. And he's got the ball in his hands. But here we are, just 8 minutes into the second half. The Shots have had 3 efforts on goal, 2 from Ryan Jones, 1 from Hadi Gandor, and they're showing plenty of interest in getting back into this game.
Yeah, they are. The possession stats, I'm sure, would be showing a shot. Gandor's just picked the ball up on the inside.
Yeah, clearance forward from Hill, finds Gandor. He's shrugged off the ball, but he's back. He's won it again, tries to get the ball in. It's won by Scunthorpe. Now Gandor has to be careful he doesn't foul. Cleared away, but only as far as Will Armitage. Armitage sends it out wide to Archie Taylor. Gives it to Armitage, turns, realises nobody's with him, finds Rye. Rye gives it back to him. That's not the best pass, but Armitage holds off the challenge of Whitehall. Goes back again to Ben Jackson. Jackson comes forward with the ball and then sends it to Ryan Hill on halfway. Hill's got Callum Roberts in front of him, sends it inside to Kiban Rye. He's really shown a lot for the ball today, as has Ryan Jones and as has Tristan Abrahams, to give him his due credit. The Shots have worked very, very hard and unfortunately only have the 1 goal to show for their efforts. Here's Ryan Jones cutting out the ball. He's to the edge of the area, tries a shot early, that's blocked, falls nicely into the path of Ryan Hill. Hill sends it inside to Rye. Rye still in that channel between penalty area and touchline. Feeds it to Ryan Jones. Jones skips one way, then the other, goes to the byline. Can he get his cross in? Yes, he can, but it's very deep. It's over everybody and it'll be hooked away by Denton. Up towards Danny Whitehall. Comes under a bit of challenge from Armitage, but nothing given. And Gilligan snaffles the ball, quickly feeds it to Rye. If the Shots cannot concede again today, they've definitely got a goal in him. Oh, Rye goes past his man, he's into the penalty area, squares it across. Oh, it's cut out behind. It'll be a corner to the Shots, their 8th of the game and their 4th, I think, of the second half. Julian, the Shots are on top right now.
Yeah, this is much, much better from the Shots. Constant pressure, even when the Scunthorpe players are clearing the ball away, it's coming to the Shots and then knocking the ball back in again. Another corner, another one from Kiban Ryan. Let's hope we can get something from this, which I think we deserve.
Okay, Kiban Rye, promising first start in the National League for Shots today. In a more central position than perhaps we thought. He steps forward, takes this corner in. Armitage reaches it, tries to flick it on, but he can't. Jones is doing well, battling against Ewing, but Ewing clears into touch. The Shots having a sustained period of pressure here, and that said, they go all the way back to Dewhurst. Dewhurst down the left channel, easy pickings for Boyce, but there's a little shove surely on Hill as he tried to get the ball. There was indeed. Free kick to the Shots just inside the Scunthorpe half, and it remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. Gateshead have pulled the goal back against Truro, who lead that game 2-1. Scunthorpe have they're going to ring the changes in a minute, at least one. There's a ball from Jones looking for Gandor, acknowledges it, but there's too much on it and it goes through to Rory Watson. Yeah, Declan Howe, a real crowd favourite here, is going to come on soon for Scunthorpe, as is the number 22 Joey Dawson. So with the thoughts perhaps turning to the FA Cup next week, Scunthorpe are going to make changes. Good work here from Starbuck and Boyce, but great win from Ryan Jones to take it clean off of Boyce. He feeds Rye. Rye gives it now back to Jones, tries the early cross, it's blocked but comes back to him, and then Boyce can get onto it again. It's cleared away only as far as Armitage, and I think we're going to update our radio listeners shortly. Here's a ball into the feet of and there's a goal in the Crawley game, so they won't be coming to us just yet, but here's Aldershot in possession in their own half. Jackson across to Armitage, and Armitage going to try a diagonal out to the left now, looking for Hill. It's a cushioned header back, but mistimed, and Aldershot going to get corner number 9, Julian. And listen, there's a saying in football, you've got to score when you're on top, and the Shots have been on top for 10-12 minutes here now, and they need one badly.
This is really important that we do take something from this and get back into the game. We're right back in the game at the moment.
Yeah. Kiban Rai steps forward again, take his 5th corner of the second half. In it comes, flicked on by a Scunthorpe player. Archie Taylor's going to retrieve it first at the far side of the penalty area and goes back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves goes back again to Dewhurst. Dewhurst will arrow it out to the left hand side where Starbuck will win it easily in the air, and he plays it up to Callum Roberts. Roberts pass a little sloppy, but Scunthorpe looking to get in here. Potential through ball is cut out. Gilligan and Rye exchange passes, and well, I think the referee's got that one wrong. He's given a free kick to Gilligan on halfway, and I think we saw it more clearly than the referee. Gilligan was late with his challenge. Very rare that you see that, but a referee wrong-sided, and for me he's got that one wrong. Free kick to Shots.
Yeah, you can tell why the supporters are really frustrated with that. It's a really good tackle from Scunthorpe, and he's been penalised for it, but they're looking to make a couple of substitutions now, Rob.
Thank you, Julian. Sorry. Yeah, do you know what? It's still 2-1 here to Scunthorpe, but Aldershot have totally dominated the first 15 minutes of the second half. They've had 5 or 6 corners. Ryan Jones has had a couple of efforts on goal. One drew a save, one was blocked, and Hadi Gandor had a turn and a shot as well that was deflected behind. Scunthorpe making a couple of changes now, but the Shots are not laying down here. They are continuing to give it all they've got in Alan Dowson's last game in caretaker charge. However, the score remains, Gary, Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1. Right, double substitution, Julian. Just while I was doing the update, I don't know if you got eyes on it. I think Danny Whitehall was one of the players going off, wasn't he?
Yeah, Callum Roberts has come off. So whether that was as a result of that first half injury and probably resting him.
Yeah, Dawson coming on, Joey Dawson up front to replace Danny Whitehall, and Declan Howe replacing Callum Roberts. Scunthorpe on the edge of the area here. Really not got much of a foothold in the game in the second half, but they do have the scoreline on their side, 2-1 up, as Gilligan goes back to Hill. He plays it forward and it's cut out. Scunthorpe have won it here. Ball's played up to Westbrook. Jackson gets stuck in there, and then he's pulled down by Westbrook, the scorer of the second Scunthorpe goal, and as things stand, the winning goal, but the Shots still might have a say in that.
Yeah, and we've really got to take advantage of these possession-based moments. You know, you look at the two teams, and Scunthorpe are still winning, even though they've hardly had a touch in the first 15 minutes. And at the end of the day, you don't get any points for possession. So, yeah, we need to keep doing what we're doing, but make sure we take our chances.
Scunthorpe trying to lift a ball straight over the top. That's one in the air by Jackson. Rye battles hard for it, but Rowley prevails inside the centre circle. Exchanges passes with Boyce. He's shut down by Rye, but now Boyce has got it back and he can drift forward. Ball into the path of the substitute Dawson. That's surely offside there, Declan. Now not given though, and Aldershot poke it behind for a corner, but Julian, we could see there really poor decision from the assistant referee, who failed to flag for a really obvious offside.
Looked a yard off to me.
At least
a yard off, but well done to Jackson for clearing the ball away in any case, and we're under a bit of pressure now. Probably the first time this half we've been under pressure, but there's a corner going to come in from Scunthorpe.
Yeah, it's going to be right-footed out swinger from Declan Howe. Kind of come right under the bar. Dewhurst jumps unopposed and catches it, and then rolls the ball out to Gilligan. Carries it forward. Gilligan plays it out to Rye. Rye's going to make a bit of ground on the left. Abraham's his far post unmarked, but Aldershot got a bit to do yet. Rye sends it out to Ryan Jones. Cross comes in from him, and then Abrahams had then gone to the near post, and if he'd stayed where he was, he'd have been still unmarked and still at the far post, and it's easy for us to sit here and see it, isn't it? But he took a gamble on getting to the near post, and the ball went into the far post, and it's just not really going Tristan Abraham's way, but he'll keep trying.
Yeah, and that's the thing, when you're down on your luck, you tend to make the wrong runs, and just unfortunately for Abrahams there, he did.
Here's Horton picking up possession, being tracked by Gandor, but plays it forward. Good hold-up play from Dawson. Turns outside and finds Chadwick. Chadwick exchanges passes with Westbrook, and it's very nearly cut out by the shots. Wealdstone have equalised against Sutton, and here at Glanford Park it remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1, and Scunthorpe coming forward through the middle. Dawson tries all in one turn, doesn't come off, and the ball runs to Ryan Jones. Shows good composure, buys himself time and space. Now he lifts the ball through the middle, and Horton should be able to deal with that. Eventually Gandor will track him down and force him to go back to the keeper. Saw Theo Widrington stripped and going through a good workout before the game today, so he's probably not too far away from a return. Ollie Harfield, despite his operation in the week, is here track-suited and watching and supporting his teammates as ever. And Aldershot Town win themselves a free kick just outside the centre circle, and the physio is called on for a potential blow to the head for the shots player, who I can't quite see.
Kiban Rye's down at the moment.
Thank you. Yeah, Kiban Rye here. So no further goals to tell you about in the National League at the moment.
Just wondering whether it's time for perhaps Kwame to come on, and had he's worked really hard up top and he's got his goal. Just wondering whether perhaps a more direct route to Kwame might be an option.
Yeah, absolutely. Good goal scoring record for the shots this year, 4 goals. On the bench with him is Pat Nash, Tyler Frost, Keane Anderson, Max Mullins, Toby Nelson and James Claridge. And pleased to say that Kiban Rye is okay. He's just having a little bit of refreshment. One scoreline from the National League South that might catch the eye. Dorking Wanderers 3, Torquay United 0. And finally Mark White can do an interview where he's not saying how dominant they were but didn't win. That's been going on since before the Aldershot game in the FA Cup and since. And just as you called for it, Julian, Mr. Kwame Thomas is getting stripped and ready for action. We'll wait and see who he is going to come on for. Will it be Abrahams or Gandor, perhaps? Jackson wins a header, Gilligan helps it on, and Ryan Jones helps it on further. Boyce wins it in the air, but his header can only find Tristan Abrahams. Central, 10 yards outside the penalty area, finds Rye shapes to send a ball in. Now he sends it into Abrahams. He's turning, can he get away on his left foot? He couldn't, he was shut down. Just exactly the place he wanted to get it and turn in on his left foot. And it was well read by Scunthorpe to snaffle it at this source of the opportunity.
We're still in this, Rob, and we're still pushing forward, so let's get Kwame on and see what we can do.
Right, Boreham Wood off right now at your peril. Forest Green Rovers 1, Boreham Wood 1. A side very much like Scunthorpe that have come up from a lower division this season and are taking this division in their stride. Here's shots coming forward. Horton jumps ahead of Gandor, heads it into touch. Throw into the shots halfway inside the Scunthorpe half. Scunthorpe surprisingly passive in this second half so far. Shots working so hard to try and get back into it. Here's a spread of the play from Scunthorpe, but Declan Howe's got it under control. Now he's beaten to the ball by Jackson. The home fans think it's a foul, referee having none of it. He's definitely not a homer, and he doesn't give the slight contact fouls. Here's Abrahams holding the ball up on halfway, and he's been consistent with that, and you don't mind that. Ball drifted over the top, is cleared into touch by Starbuck. In fact, it's kept in on the touchline by Scunthorpe, and then Jackson's well positioned, finds Hargreaves. He can actually motor a few yards forward here if he wants to. He finds Ryan Jones into the feet of Hadi Gandor. Will those players, Rye and Jones, have the energy to keep going? Oh, is that a penalty there on Tristan Abrahams? Not given. Received the ball on the edge of the box, or was trying to, and the keeper impeded him. And I think the referee might feel that he was kind of looking for it or exaggerating it, but nothing given. He's still on the ground appealing, and meanwhile Scunthorpe are in with Declan Howe. He's into the area, brilliant shutting down by Will Armitage, and then cleared off the line by Ben Jackson. Would have been so unfortunate if the shots had gone 3-1 down. For me, by the way, Howe was offside again there and not given, and the officials probably more controversial by the decisions they're not giving today. What was your thoughts on it's difficult for us, we're the other end of the pitch, the other side of the pitch. Tristan Abrahams, penalty or no penalty?
Yeah, it was a penalty for me. We were right behind it, and I think he got to the ball, just got there first, and the keeper took him out. He was absolutely livid, and I think he was right to be livid. And then within 30 seconds, the ball was down the other end, and both central defenders made crucial saves and stops and blocks to keep us in the game.
That is indeed the end of Hadi Gandor's afternoon. Kwame Thomas, a straight swap for him. Scunthorpe are going to make another double change. So Zane Westbrook is going off. He's being replaced by Kian Scales. And the other substitution is Ubezuno coming on for the number 23, Billy Chadwick.
Just talking about the penalty, I'm just really struggling with it, because Abraham knocked the ball past him, and the ball moved in direction, which means that he must have got there first. So I don't know, going to have a look at the replay on that one.
Yeah, definitely a tight and a controversial call. And in all those key moments in this match, where the referee could have given something, he's not given anything. He's been consistent with it, but on this occasion that will hurt the shots. It could have been a way back into this match. A first penalty for some time. Here's Scunthorpe into the shots penalty area. Declan Howe squares it across to Dawson. He tries to get shot in, that's blocked, and then another player falls on it. It's half cleared, and then Hargreaves puts his foot through it, and it'll find touch. It'll be a throw into Scunthorpe, and the shots players are fighting for their lives here. They've had a dominant period for 20 minutes in the second half. Now they're suffering a little bit, I think is the way to say it, but they're hanging in there. They're still 2-1 down. Here's Rye putting the ball into touch. Scunthorpe take it quickly, and one of those 4 substitutes they've brought on now, clearing the ball or onto the loose ball, but Aldershot clear it away, and Hill's battling away from it, and it comes off of him into touch. Another throw in to Scunthorpe. Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. Rob Worrell and Julian Walters, your commentary team. A good one too. Declan Howe picks it up in the penalty area, tackled by Gilligan, wins the ball. Ball up to Kwame Thomas, looking to hold it up on his chest. First, second time, then he's fouled from behind. Free kick to shots just inside their own half, just inside the centre circle. Good afternoon to Keith Deere, who's just landed in Istanbul, Turkey, tuned into the game. Good to see the shots on the score sheet and hoping for a second. Well, they're pushing for it. Here's Jones on the left side, up against Starbuck, 1-on-1. Now Starbuck gets some support, and Jones comes back to Rye into Abrahams. Not sure what he was trying to do, but he's gathered the ball at the second attempt, played it back out wide to Ryan Jones. He's going 1-on-1 against his man. He's past him, he's into the penalty area, in it comes to the air, it's headed clear by Scunthorpe, and Ryan Jones getting 1-on-1 against the right back is the most likely way forward for shots if they're going to get back into this game. Here Ben Jackson's last in the line. He plays it forward towards Kwame Thomas, who's being held off by a Scunthorpe defender to allow the ball to go through to Rory Watson. And 71 and a half minutes in here, it remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. Yeah, it's still 2-1 to Scunthorpe. Slight change in the flow of the game. Scunthorpe have been much more in it in these last 5 or 10 minutes, but Aldershot had a big penalty shout, Gary. Tristan Abrahams moving on to a through ball. He was running out wide, but just as he went past the edge of the penalty area, the keeper Rory Watson came out, and it looked like he'd been clipped. But the referee, who's let the game flow today, saw nothing, gave nothing, and the shots continued to battle away. 2-1 down, 18 minutes left, and they're fighting so hard to try and get a point for themselves, and of course Alan Dowson in his last game in caretaker charge. Here's Ryan Jones picking up the ball on running. Good work from Declan Howe, and then the shots have given away. No, they've been given a throw in on the left-hand side. Jones back to goal, out on the left side, turns, gives it to Thomas, gets it back from Thomas. He's got Hill there, but Hill's very close to him. A Scunthorpe foot comes swinging in, Aldershot clear it away, but they can only find Ollie Ewing. Throw into Scunthorpe on halfway. The late afternoon sunshine is still bathing the far side of the pitch. Everything else is bathed in shadow. But it's the Scunthorpe United supporters that are in the bright sunshine, away on the right hand side, and good work there from Will Armitage, holding off his man. Declan Howe says I was being fouled, or it was a corner, but he's not going to get anywhere with that shout. Goal kick to the shots, and you find yourself wanting, hoping, praying that Aldershot can make and take one opportunity in this final 17 minutes.
And they've still got it in, and Rob, I mean, I'm just looking around the pitch seeing loads of good performances from our players, and yet
good turn from Kibban Rai, loses his man right in the middle, plays a through ball looking for Abrahams. He'll pick it up just inside the penalty area, onto his left foot, two Scunthorpe players in front of him. Oh, the ball comes in hard. Oh, it's a brilliant effort from Kwame Thomas, brilliantly saved on the line and cleared and hooked up in the air and behind for a corner. Abraham's effort blocked. I thought Thomas had put it in, but it was cleared off the line, Julian.
That's unbelievable save, or was it? I mean, the players are appealing for that the ball's crossed the line, but that's the difference again between the two teams. That goes in for Scunthorpe and it stays out for us. We still got a corner out of it though, but how that didn't go in, I do not know. That was unbelievable.
Kibban Rai with yet another corner for the shots, and it comes to the near post, headed away at the near post by Starbuck, picked up again by Rise into the penalty area, going, looking to block it, looking to cross it, blocked behind again. The shots into double figures in terms of corners now, 7 or 8 in this second half for Kibban Rai, all on that left hand side. But Scunthorpe have got first contact every single time, other than the time everyone drifted forward and it carried on to the far post. Abrahams waits in there, Jackson waits in there, Kwame Thomas waits in there. Referees can have a word about some pushing here now, and he's going to pull Armitage out for a word. Aldershot knocking on the door, and Scunthorpe, as it is, Julian, they're going to be quite relieved to hang on to these 3 points if they do.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the two sides at the moment.
Yeah, Kibban Rai again from the corner. This one lands central. It's up in the air. Kwame Thomas is battling for it. It's gone behind again. Referee gives another corner to the shots. This time Ryan Jones goes over to take it on the other side in front of the shots fans.
Constant pressure. We need to score a goal.
Can be a very nervous Danford Park here if Aldershot do get back level, and could have one hell of a grandstand finish. This time Aldershot possibly setting up for a short corner. Jones is there, Abrahams is there. Forest Green have retaken the lead against Boreham Wood. Abrahams jogs away, and Ollie Ewing comes with him, and so Ryan Jones is going to swing in, a left-footed in-swinger to the near post. It's headed away at the near post. Again, Scunthorpe get the first contact, and Hargreaves, on this occasion, the referee relieves the pressure against him by giving Scunthorpe the free kick, 10 yards inside their own half. Hargreaves couldn't believe it, and it probably almost was from the referee's point of view. Well, I haven't given him much, and I think a strategic timeout here called for by the Scunthorpe manager, because the goalkeeper's gone down, Rory Watson.
It's the customary 77th minute injury for the goalie, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Aldershot can't do much more, listeners, to try and not just stay in this game, but kind of get back in level. And of course we call it as we see it, and we would be at times a little partisan, but I don't think Scunthorpe United could have any complaints if Aldershot were to get level and go home with a point here. The second half performance has been excellent, Julian, hasn't it? And wherever he's watching on from, I think the word would have gone up if he was here, John Coleman. We haven't seen him, have we? But wherever he's watching on from, whether it's here or on a stream, he'll be encouraged, won't he? He'll see there's a lot of heart, a lot of spirit, a lot of togetherness in difficult circumstances out there today from the Shots faithful.
Yeah, everyone to a man has really put in a shift, and they've put in such a shift. I think there's going to be another couple of subs actually just coming on for the last 15 minutes or so. Looks like Anderson and Nelson are both going to be coming on shortly.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be a National League debut for Toby Nelson. I know he's obviously played and scored in the National League Cup, in the Hampshire Cup. On he comes for Ryan Jones, and also coming off is Cameron Hargreaves to be replaced by Keane Anderson. That'll be a straight swap position-wise, do you think, for both?
Yeah. Nelson's taken up position sort of on the left-hand side, similar to Ryan Jones. What a great opportunity for him.
Throw in to Aldershot in their own half. Wonderful moment for young Toby Nelson. Archie Taylor throws it down the right hand side. It's flicked on by Kwame Thomas, held up by Abrahams, holds it up, sends it across. Nelson's not being marked here. Unfortunately, he couldn't get straight onto it. He has to turn and gather it and drift out to the left hand side. He's got help coming from Ryan Hill. Sends a ball in, headed away by Scunthorpe. Archie Taylor's moving towards it, but he can't get there first. It is, though, cleared out to Gilligan. Gilligan does really well to control it and go back to Will Armitage. Armitage finds Keane Anderson. Gilligan with the ball round the corner looking for Archie Taylor. Can't win it, but Gilligan's back there for the second touch. The ball's in touch. Referee waits for his assistant, who keeps the home faithful happy. 50-50 decision there. And he's given the benefit of the doubt to the defence, given the benefit of the doubt to the home side. Credit to Aldershot Town for this performance, Julian. At the moment they're going home with nothing, but they so deserve something. Scunthorpe just lifting a hopeful ball over the top. It's going to be chased by Declan Howe. He's up against Armitage, down by the byline now. Goes back to Denton. Denton, ball in, cleared away by Gilligan, taken down by the chest of Joe Rowley. Scunthorpe on the edge of the final third here. They're a little bit passive at times. Archie Taylor clears this one forward. Can't find Thomas, but Rye. Oh, lovely skill, lovely touch from him. And now he'll drift the ball out to the left. And the one thing Toby Nelson might get is a bit of space in these last few minutes. He's making the run forward here. Ryan Hill's with him. Hill gives the ball to Nelson. He just skips inside to the edge of the penalty area. Sets up Keane Anderson. He'll send it further right to Archie Taylor. Taylor drifts in across. That's going to be meat and drink for Andrew Boyce, but good work from Gilligan to get onto the loose ball. Finds Archie Taylor again on the right hand side. The frustration here in Glanford Park you can hear from the home faithful. They know their side are hanging on a little bit to this 2-goal lead. That's good work tracking back from Ollie Ewing, getting his body in the way of Archie Taylor and eventually drawing the foul. Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. We're into the final 10 minutes. Julian Walters.
That's clever play from Scunthorpe. They've earned themselves a free kick in the corner. Look at them, they're just taking their time. They're slowing the game down, just trying to eke away a few minutes. And that's the home team who are in the top 5 of the division, who have only conceded 5 goals this season. They're really hanging on against the Shots at the moment.
That's Julian Walters. I'm Rob Worrell, and we're bringing you live commentary in the National League from Glanford Park, where Scunthorpe United are on the verge of going second in the National League, just a point behind Rochdale as things stand. And no wonder really that they're a little nervy as things stand at the moment. Armitage puts his foot through the ball. It's allowed to bounce over his head by Starbuck, and then he lifts it up in the air. It's almost like they know they're on the edge of going second today, and they just need someone to step forward. Good advantage played by the referee, and Scunthorpe get down the right hand side. Starbuck the furthest he's got. The ball comes in off the head of a Shots player, helped forward by Rye, but then pounced on. Oh, good leave from Denton, sends in across, cleared away by Ryan Hill up towards Kwame Thomas. His touch doesn't quite come off, then he's pulled to the ground by Andrew Boyce, and it will be a free kick to Aldershot, but the referee's looking to show somebody. It's Gilligan, a yellow card, and that was a good advantage played a couple of minutes ago. Fair play to the referee.
Yeah, I think he's had a good game, to be fair, although the home crowd might not agree with me. But yeah, he's controlled the game well, and Armitage is just going to launch one forward now, but refs just told him to put the ball back. He's looking to book a Scunthorpe player as well for
delaying the restart.
Yeah, I think so.
Is he getting confused as to which one it is or not? I don't know. Andrew Boyce, I think, has been.
That might have been for the foul on Thomas, for which this free kick is.
Taking his time then. But time is something that Aldershot don't have much of. Alan Dowson, his third and final game in caretaker charge. He and James Henry have just told somebody, I don't know if it's Frost or Mullins or both, to they've given in the paperwork for the substitutions. They need to get stripped. Ball out to the left. Scunthorpe stick it behind for yet another corner. I can't remember a game in which Aldershot Town had so many corners. I think it might be 13 now. And Mark Beck warms up for Scunthorpe. They've made 4 substitutions already. And Kiban Rai sends in another corner, punched away one-handed, and then good battling on the edge of the area by Toby Nelson, but the ball's played up to Declan Howe. He holds it up, he's got Ryan Hill for company, turns one way, then the other. Shots working hard to try and win it back. It's ended up in touch, and there'll be a throw in to the shots. Nelson gets the ball quickly and plays it back to Ryan Hill. You don't always get what you deserve in football, and as it stands, Aldershot Town are not going to get what they deserve today, which is at least a point here at Clanford Park, based on the back of a really strong second half performance. Unfortunately, at the moment, they are on track to lose the game due to a couple of soft goals conceded in the first half. Otherwise, they were pretty well in that first half as well. Here's a free kick inside the centre circle given away by Armitage, and referee now starting to waft yellow cards out for every challenge. It's the same old procedure, isn't it? And it is so frustrating.
Yeah, I think Armitage is going to get a yellow there, and I think he can feel a little bit hard done by. It was just a scruffy challenge in the centre of midfield, and as you said, the ref's now quite happy to dish out cards for everything.
Well, believe it or not, Tyler Frost is about to make his season debut for Aldershot Town, having been fouled by an old teammate, George Frankham, at Meadowbank at Dorking Wanderers in the pre-season game. He initially thought he might miss the Sholing game in midweek and be back on the Saturday, and he's been out for whatever that is since then, probably 3 months. Mullins also comes on. Abrahams and Taylor have gone off, so Mullins for Taylor and Tyler Frost for Abrahams.
Mullins is straight in the action in this right back position, just heading the ball out for a throw, and Frost is going to compliment him down this right hand side for the last sort of 5 minutes plus injury time. John
Coleman will have something no other Aldershot Town managers had this season, and there's a holding of Howe inside the penalty area. He keeps the ball, it's sent back in, and now Gilligan will get it under control inside his penalty area and play it up towards Kwame Thomas. He's battling away against 4 Scunthorpe defenders here. Now he's tracking the passes all the way back to the keeper. It's up in the air. Gilligan favourite to win this. He gets something on it, but it goes behind him. And Hill finds Gilligan. The shots got one more moment in them. Eastleigh 2, Morecambe 1. They were 2-0 up, Eastleigh. Here's Jackson finding Keane Anderson. Ball out to the right hand side. He's looking for Frost, but it's too straight. He holds an arm up to acknowledge, and the ball is back with Rory Watson, the Scunthorpe United keeper, who conceded the first goal of the day today in the 12th minute. Didn't have a lot of hope on it, did he? Abrahams had a shot that he was tracking towards goal, but Gandor deflected it in a different direction. Shots blocking the ball out to touch here, and maybe, just maybe, they're finally starting to tire and lose a little bit of momentum, but a lot of character shown, a lot of guts, a lot of hard work in this second half. Nothing to show for it. but it remains Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. Ball inside, taken nicely on his chest by Declan Howe. He's got Keane Anderson for company. A little heavy-handed Anderson forces Declan Howe backwards. Scunthorpe have got it, and they are going to go all the way back to their keeper Watson now. Yeah, still 2-1 to Scunthorpe. We're into the final 2.5 minutes of normal time here now. Aldershot have seen Tyler Frost come on for the first time this season after a pre-season injury. They're huffing and puffing at the moment after a really titanic effort throughout this second half, where they were a little bit unlucky not to have pulled level, not to have won themselves a penalty. And ultimately it might well be another little hard luck story for the Shots this season. But Alan Dowson's Aldershot Town are about to end that 3-game spell with him in charge, and sadly he's not going to pick up any National League points unless they can score in these final 2 minutes plus added time. Scunthorpe 2, Aldershot Town 1. Shots playing the ball back to Dewhurst, plays it straight down the middle, off of the chest of Kwame Thomas. Scunthorpe send it out to the right hand side, their right hand side. There's nobody there. The ball bounces into the crowd. Ryan Hill
Big thank you for your support
retrieves.
this afternoon. Today's match attendance is 4,222.
Magnificent crowd here at Glanford Park. 4,222 with 173 Hardy Shots faithful away to our right. Can the Shots, who've worked so hard to get something out of this game, find a moment late on? Here's Rye drifting onto a ball, heading it back to Armitage, who has to go back to Dewhurst. Dewhurst sends it down the middle looking for Thomas. He battles away with Boyce, the kind of battle that Boyce would be used to. Good ball out, finds Dawson. Good foot in from Ryan Hill. Jackson goes back to Dewhurst. Dewhurst sends it long down the middle. It's one in the air again by Scunthorpe, by Rowley. Jackson puts the key foot in. Aldershot pick it up with Toby Nelson. Nelson sprays the ball out to the right hand side. It can't find Frost, but it is headed into touch by Brandon Horton. In the next 30 seconds we need to keep an eye on the fourth officials board to see how much added time there will be. We've been well entertained this afternoon by both teams. Scunthorpe look as if they're going to prevail, but have the Shots got one last moment in them? Ryan Hill, skipper on the day, won't want a defeat on his watch. Goes back to Jackson. Jackson to Gilligan. Gilligan forward, cushioned, or big header really from Frost into the path of Mullins. Mullins finds Gilligan. 5 added minutes we're going to have. Frost sends the ball in. It's cleared away by Boyce, but only as far as Gilligan. Gilligan sends it out to the left hand side to Hill. Hill cuts in on his right foot. Ball for Keane Anderson. Edge of the area. Tries to get across a ball out wide. He does to Mullins. Mullins comes back to Ian Anderson. Needs to go in at some point. It goes in. It's headed away by Scunthorpe. Dawson holds it up. Can Scunthorpe now transition? And will really well cut out by Jackson. He then just volleys it forward. Boyce gets a header down. Hill almost gets onto it, but the ball runs through to Ollie Ewing. Scunthorpe have got it down the right side. Declan Howe tries a touch again. It's well cut out by Ben Jackson. Shots pick the ball up on halfway with Kiban Rye. Rye spreads it further right to Keane Anderson. A risk ball, a risk pass is needed here if the Shots are going to create a moment. Mullins finds Frost. Frost can scamper a couple of yards down the right. He's getting to the byline. It's cut away, but Keane Anderson gets it, goes down. It's sent into the area. Appeals for a free kick. Nothing given other than another corner to the Shots and another penalty appeal for the Shots that falls on deaf ears of referee Dale Baines. Julian Walters, your thoughts on that one?
A little bit less unclear with that one. Yeah, there was definitely a good shout, and it caused a severe reaction from the Shots players. They felt there was definitely something there. Not as convinced from me, but definitely worth a shout. But it has gone for a corner, so let's hope we can finally get what we thoroughly deserve from this game.
Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1. Very nearly 92 minutes have elapsed. 95 minimum will be played. Kiban Rye, for the first time in this second half, is going to send an outswinging corner from the right hand side, and it comes underneath the bar. and it's caught by the keeper under a bit of a challenge from Kwame Thomas. He gets a few slaps on the back from his teammates, and Scunthorpe edge ever closer to the 3 points that are going to take them second in the National League table, and boy have they had to work hard for them. Armitage wins the header, finds Hill, shots tireless in their efforts. Hill trying to take on two players, eventually is blocked out so well by one of them that Ollie Ewing that he commits a foul. Free kick to Scunthorpe on halfway. 92.5 minutes have elapsed. Scunthorpe are less than 2.5 minutes away from 3 points. A 2-1 win in second place in the National League table.
There's going to be a huge cheer if Scunthorpe do win. There's going to be an absolute huge cheer, more of relief I think than anything.
They play the ball down the right side, but it's into touch. Shots will have a throw. Toby Nelson gives the ball to Ryan Hill. It's definitely a time for a good old gamble at this point, isn't it, for Aldershot? Just get some bodies forward. Doesn't really matter if you concede a third goal. Just send the bodies up, get the ball up there and try and create something. Here's Scunthorpe cutting the ball out. Jackson sends it back. Frost can't see it. Denton jumps and wins it. Armitage is onto the loose ball, sends it out to the left. Kiban Rai gets it under. Somehow he's going to go 95 minutes here on his first National League start for the shots. Finds Anderson with the ball into Frost. He's got an overlapping run from Max Mullins, and Scunthorpe get a key touch, and that key touch puts it behind. And Aldershot Town, I think, have had 10 second half corners now, Julian. Kiban Rai again, and Dewhurst is going to come up. Ryan Hill is going to be the deepest player. Come on, Marcus, go and get your nut on this one. We're in the 95th and final minute. The corner's taken short and given away, but it's battled back for by Toby Nelson. Nelson will now come back to Ryan Hill. Dewhurst receives the ball on halfway, clips it out to the left to Kiban Rai. Oh, it's been taken off him. Scunthorpe will have an opportunity here to get a third. They're advancing down the right hand side. It's pulled out, it's blocked by Gilligan. Gilligan's going to get onto his own pass, sends it forward to Keane Anderson. Anderson drifts forward, he's fouled on halfway, and in the final dying seconds, shots of a free kick, they take it quickly. Armitage feeds it to Frost. I think the referee's insisting he's got to go back because he wants to
just book
another Scunthorpe player.
Booking the Scunthorpe player for the foul on Anderson. This is literally 10 seconds to go.
This is it, Shots fans, Alan Dowson's last moments as caretaker manager. Dewhurst on halfway is going to take this free kick. Everybody else around the edge of the Scunthorpe penalty area. In it comes from Dewhurst. Lots of jumps ahead of a Scunthorpe player, clears it away as far as Gilligan, and the referee blows the whistle. No sense of drama. Final score here at Clanford Park. Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1, in front of 4,222. 173 Shots fans who will stay behind to applaud their side, who've given everything out there and are going home with nothing. Julian Walters.
Well, I said it earlier on, you get nothing for a performance or possession, but to a man, the Shots have really put on a performance today, and Scunthorpe, I'm convinced, will not have to work harder for 3 points. And you know,
bear with me, Julian. I thought they were coming to us, but they're not. No worries. Ready with a full time if you want it. Okay. It certainly did, Gary. Alan Dowson's Aldershot Town gave everything out there. They were the better side, the more dominant side in the second half. Double figures corners, a couple of penalty shouts, one of them very, very decent. Scunthorpe couldn't score again, but they've held on, and they'll move up to second place in the National League today. But 173 Aldershot Town fans over away to our right all stand to applaud the efforts of their side. No points, 1 goal for Hadi Gandor, and the Shots will return home with nothing but heart and pride. And John Coleman will pick up the reins on Monday. Alan Dowson will leave, and the Shots fans will be very thankful for his efforts. Final score: Scunthorpe United 2, Aldershot Town 1. Sorry, Julian, we were just I disrupted you mid-flow, but yeah, please continue. And if you're ready to, you're Aldershot Town man of the match as well.
Yeah, I was just saying beforehand that you couldn't have asked for anything more from every single player there. We haven't got any points today, but they've given us such a good performance in the sense of heart, desire, commitment. And if they can keep playing like that, I know it's been said before, but if you can keep playing like that, then you're going to be absolutely fine. Man of the match for me, lots and lots of 7s and 8s performances, but 2 players in particular stood out for me. I thought Armitage was excellent at the back again, but I'm going to give the man of the match to Kiban Rai today. He was pretty influential in everything that we did. For his first start of the season as well, I thought he more than did enough today to get on this side of a team that should be taking something from that game. But yeah, Kiban Rai for me, I thought he was everywhere in the game and deserves my man of the match, Rob.
Fair enough, thank you. Some really good, solid efforts all round. I think Armitage and Jackson battled hard at the back. Ryan Hill was an able captain. Ryan Jones and Kiban Rai worked so hard, as did Tristan Abrahams as well today. And Hadi Gandor took one of his couple of chances. The other one was a good turn and it was blocked. I think more to come for this Shot side. John Coleman will have the likes of Tyler Frost and Ryan Jones available, something which Dowse has barely had and Tommy Widrington has barely had this season. Better times ahead, we think, we hope and we pray for Aldershot Town. But for today, we're done. Thank you for listening wherever you are around the country and around the world. Thank you for your interaction as well, where you've shared it with us. Gateshead have ruined Truro's day by getting an equaliser. Long return journey home for them from Truro with a point. And Southend United have scored twice, plus beyond 90 minutes against Brackley. So they will be heading to all 3 points and a lofty position in that top 7 as well. We'll speak to you again, I think, next Saturday from Weston-super-Mare, where it's not confirmed yet, but former Weston-super-Mare and former Aldershot Town player Tristan Plummer may well be joining me for commentary. He is awaiting permission from his bosses at Gogglebox for that. And if he doesn't do so, the man away to my right, who's done superbly again today, will absolutely fill the seat that he's been keeping warm for himself. Julian, hopefully you can make it next Saturday. The FA Cup comes around and the Shots will be dreaming of being the first side to go to Weston-super-Mare and win this season.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it, for sure. Your Western are absolutely flying in the National South at the moment. But given Hart from today's performance, I think there's a really good chance that we can go there and at least get a result and bring them back to the EBB or even take a victory and put ourselves in the second round.
Thank you very much, Julian. Thank you very much, listeners. We're going to switch off and shut down now. Post-match to come for the last time from the very honest and straight-talking Alan Dowson. Look out for that on the social media feeds from BBC Surrey later on today.